What's going on, Skate fam? It's your boy DJ Arco.
And I am the queen, and you're tuned in to Boss Talk.
Hope everybody's having a good week so far. We're about to hit this weekend. Hope you guys got some good plans. Hope y'all got some safe plans. So what do we have going on? Oh, first off, happy birthday to Miss Stormy.
Yes, Stormy.
Happy birthday to you. Hope
and
you
also
Jay
Walker's having a birthday today.
There you go.
So
Happy
there you
birthday.
go, shout outs.
So make sure you guys enjoy yourselves and make sure you guys have somebody cook y'all dinner or treat y'all something like that.
At home, safe distancing.
There you go. So what do we have going on in the skate world?
Not much in the skate world for me. I don't have too much to go on because we have there is always some news, but since we have a live guest, I did not want to delay. So without further ado, we can go into our interview.
All right. So we have on the line with us. Let me go ahead and bring them in real quick. Okay, we got them in. So Skate fam, today we have Mr. Dre, aka MJ, on the line with us. This is live, so there can be no editing. So whatever you say, take that. So remember that. All right. So remember that. So first and foremost, man, how you doing today? You good?
I'm good, brothers and sisters. Good to see y'all this morning. You know, God is good. Woke us up, you know, on the good side this morning. How y'all doing down there?
Amazing.
Can't complain at all.
That's good. That's good.
So we're gonna go ahead and start this interview by asking our question, and that is, how long have you been skating?
Oh man, how long I've been skating? I'm 44 now. I've been skating since I was about 10, starting in the Bronx and Skate Key on Allerton Avenue. So I'm 34 years in, almost 35
years in. 34 years in. That's what's up.
So what got you skating at the Skate Key?
Kept me off the streets, kept me out of trouble. My mom used to skate, and I used to go with her to the adult nights. Only reason I was able to stay over for the adult nights because I was tall.
Oh,
so
at
my
10?
mom. No, not at 10. Like, older, like 14, 15. You know, I became really close to the skate family out there, and the skating rink pretty much raised me. You know, from different rinks growing up. And like I said, it kept me out of trouble along with basketball and, you know, stuff like that. So that was my outlet. And trust me, I've been loving it ever since.
Yeah. So do you remember your first time actually going into the rink? Was it at an adult session or that was later on?
No, it was at a kiddie session. It was at Skate Key. I went to the Saturday 12 to 3 session. And that was like, you know, for our age, you know, the younger kids to go in and skate. And I had the brownies. I started off with the brownies like everybody.
Hey, that's right.
And I just got addicted. I didn't know what it was about, you know, going around in circles, you know, fast and then learning what to do, how to stop. And then, you know, I noticed the females started looking at me when I got older. I was like, oh, hold up. I was like,
reoccurring theme. Reoccurring theme for you guys.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it really drew me to something I grew to love, and I met a lot of amazing people over the years who, like I said, raised me in the rinks, and I still have awesome relationships with these people to this day, who raised me. Names like Sandy Bryson from New York, my aunt Steph Butler, the whole Skate Key crew from that era. I mean, they pretty much, when I got old enough to learn how to skate, it was one of those, you're not just going to be running around the rink, you know, with no care. They grabbed me by my ear and it was like, come on, you're going to learn. Yeah. And a couple of weeks after that, I got my first pair of skates from Models, the Chicagos. The plastic ones with the big old stoppers and the rubber wheels. I thought you couldn't tell me nothing when I got my first skate. I was walking in the rink like soul glow, like,
you're a soul brother.
And you know, and then so, you know, I've adopted a lot of friendships with dudes that I grew up with in the skating rink. So it was like, you know, that was our thing. That was our thing. So
did you ever work in the skating rink?
Yes, I did. I became a skate guard when I was 19. And back then, to become a skate guard, you had to do like ridiculous stuff. And Sandy Bryson was the head of the skate guards. And I used to always nag her, like, yo, I want to be a skate guard. I want to be a skate guard. And the way they made you be a skate guard was they would drop a quarter on the floor. And you would have to come around and hockey stop right at that quarter.
What?
If you didn't hockey stop at that quarter, you couldn't be a skate guard because they treated it as a fallen patron, and you have to stop and pick them up.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I was like, okay.
Mhm.
It took me at least a year or two to get that down pat.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I became a skate guard. You know, I used to help out with the sessions, handing out skates, doing things, because that was my thing. I loved being in the rink. I remember I used to go to the rink from 10 in the morning to 11:30 at night. I would stay every session,
Whoa.
Mhm.
every session. And the only reason I stayed because, like I said, it was my family there. So my mom knew I was good. I was, you know, getting home safe. I didn't have any issues getting home and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So long as she knew where I was and I was skating, she didn't care.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is that we actually spoke with another guest previously, and he was talking about the rigorous stuff that you had to go through to be a floor guard.
Yeah.
And you know,
not like now.
And nowadays
they just give you the black and white and just.
They give you a black and white shirt and you a
absolutely
skate
just
guard. Yeah.
throw you out there, right? So you know, it would be nice if they can kind of get back to that point, because now you're dealing with a lot more advanced skaters, and a lot of the floor guards aren't advanced skaters.
But how do we get back
Exactly.
to that point?
Well, that's really up to the rink owners to actually find that. But you know, nowadays you actually do find a lot of the skaters who don't mind helping out at the skating rink, and they don't really you know, but having to go through that process of making sure that you can handle the people, and you know, because hey, I understand them little hockey styles. If you don't do it right, you're gonna break your ankle. So
absolutely.
so you really had to have some skill. So,
but then too,
the hockey style.
Yeah, they should be able to they need to more than just a shirt, because you have to be able to talk to the skaters when people are standing on the floor and doing all these other things, or like you said, if someone falls, you have to be able to take care of it.
It's funny because when I skate now, like I don't disrespect the younger skate guards, but it's like when they tell me to do something, I'm like, dude,
can you do the hockey stop?
Dude, I'm like, my skates are older than you. Like, stop. Like, I'm okay. But you know, we older now, so we don't really do things to get in that kind of situation.
Right.
So it's like, if they happen to come up to do something, they're putting on their job hats, and you know, you got to respect their jobs. You know, they have jobs just like everybody else.
Right. So y'all that are listening, if them little skate guards come up to you that are 18 years old and they tell you to stop chewing gum or get off the floor,
which you shouldn't be doing anyway,
just listen.
Or take your hat off or whatever it is, just go ahead and do it. Make them feel good.
They trying to get their $750.
You will make them feel good. You will make them feel good.
Give them their little money that they making, you know.
So what are some of the things that you have done personally in the skate community?
With skating?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Personally, you know what's funny? The way I adopted my name, MJ, it's a funny story for y'all. So everybody, my whole family knew I was a big MJ fan from when I was little. So the night of Remember the Time, that video came out. And I'm watching the house before we were skating. So I'm watching the video the whole time in the video. I'm into it. I'm sitting there like, it's like, you know, the dance steps. Now, mind you, moved to Jersey, and we was going to drink in Bergenfield, which was right across the street from my house, which is like heaven for me. Moving from the Bronx to Skate Key to moving to Bergenfield and being right across the street from the rink, it was like heaven. So one Sunday night, we're watching the video. I bet you can't do that routine on skates.
Whoa.
Now you know me. If anybody knows me, I like a good MJ challenge. So of course we get to the rink. The DJ plays it. He goes, "Here's that new Michael Jackson song, Remember the Time," and the beat comes in, and we skating around. Now my mom was hanging out with her friends by the snack bar, and I'm like, "Mom, it's showtime." And I put on a performance in front of everybody that night, and from that day forward, that was how my name MJ was born in the skate world. And
you still do that routine?
I can, you know what? I can do it. I'm just not allowed to do it because my wife is like, all right, you're not going to be whipping wife beaters anymore because they're expensive, and you know, stop ripping your shirt off.
Oh, you was
Okay.
ripping your shirt off.
Oh, he's doing the whole.
Oh yeah, I went into the whole moniker. You couldn't tell me that I was not MJ. Like,
Wow.
I think I don't know if I've actually seen y'all at skate parties or if you see me at a national skate party. I
saw you at the skate-a-thon. I watched the YouTube when you. Yes.
That's me. I go in. I listen. When MJ drops, it's like the whole rink stops for me, and I don't see anybody else except myself. And some people get like worried. They're like, "Uh-oh, where's Dre? Where's Dre?
Where's his shirt off? He about to rip his shirt
so
off.
I do the routine now, but I do it, less
mellow
abrasive,
down
less
routine.
Yeah, it's MJ, just holding the mic and singing now. It's no more none of that.
Now you know when MJ rips his shirt off, he got that baby smooth chest. You know what I'm saying?
I thought
meat up there.
No, I make sure like right before a performance, this is all gone. This is all It's all grown.
Okay.
Now you go ahead and get it waxed off something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the shower like, yo, come on, MJ, let's go.
With the lawnmower.
Hey, listen, we got to keep it fresh. And it's funny that I do this now. I've also dipped into the world of doing stand-up comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I bring my MJ jokes to my comedy world. So it's all like a good combination now.
Yeah.
And so like when I perform comedy and I tell them my nickname, they're like, MJ. Because when I come out on stage, I usually pick an MJ song to start off my routine. And they're like, why is he playing MJ? And when I start, telling my jokes, they're like, oh, that's why he comes out to MJ. So
are you doing stand-up like on a regular basis, or you just kind of dabbling right now?
Nah, I've been doing it for about a year now.
Okay. Are you at the Laugh Factory? Where can they find you?
Right now, you can find me online because
I'm about to say, find them at home right now.
Our comedy clubs are actually shut down. We have one that's open in the area in Jersey out here. She's doing it virtual, so like we'll perform on stage, but it won't be a crowd. It's like it's like this. We're on a Zoom, and everybody pays their money on a virtual Zoom. And the last two, I've just done 2 this week back to back. And the thing that I've learned, you need a crowd to perform because it's hard.
The energy.
You tell a joke and you don't know if people are
laughing or not,
or people are sitting there at their Zoom like,
what are he talking about?
So, but I've gotten good feedback. Like people who zoomed in to watch, they're like, Dre, you're really good. Your energy's good. And, so I'm okay with that. I'm building on that. So.
Okay, well, tell us a joke.
See, you can't do that. You can't do that to a comedian.
Funny? Because Mike Epps, Kevin Hart, you just hit them.
No. See, they're like 20 years deep in. So, so here's a joke I use on a regular, talking about, because this I used last night. We talk about how sports is coming back.
Yeah.
So everybody was hyped. I get on stage. I'm like, yeah, sports is back. Basketball, football, hockey. I'm like, y'all getting hyped off the wrong sports. I'm getting hyped off the spelling bee sport. Y'all sit there and watch spelling bees. You see these kids and how intense they are. And then, you got them raggedy, annoying judges who don't want to help you. And they get real annoyed when you ask them a question. Like, let's use the word entanglement. And this kid gets up to the mic and goes, can you give us the origin of the word? And the judge is like, entanglement. Will and Jada are currently in an entanglement situation. And, I've been working on that joke and trying to, build that one up. And I'm working on, another joke with my daughter. She just had her grandkids. So I'm a grandfather now at 44. And I make fun of her.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Yeah, and this, when people say that to me, I get mad. So I'm like, I wasn't ready to be a grandfather yet till like 54. So I, put on my knee and, bounce on my knee. But now I'm trying to bounce on my knee and then go skating after. It just don't work. It just doesn't work. So I use of what's going on in the world. Like, we talk about the whole COVID. We talk about these young kids acting up and how we used to get real butt whippings, not like these kids nowadays.
Time
Like
out.
there was no time out. I got whooped. Okay, I came home. I did something wrong. My mom whooped me. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know
Hey,
these days.
she must have told your butt up. You said whoop whoop.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean,
I've got. There was no timeout. What is a timeout?
Yeah, right. That's my house.
I wish I would to put a kid on timeout. He probably look at me like, if you don't get out my face, timeout.
For us was after you got whooped, and then you
right
got your room and you cried, and you had
to
silent cry, because otherwise they'll come right back in there and get you again. I told you to be quiet. So you got.
Or the favorite phrase. Don't make me give you something to cry about. You just
we
did.
Already cried.
I'm like, you just gave me something to cry about. What are you talking about? I'm like, you know what, Mom? You got it. You win.
Yeah, it was confusing because if you didn't cry while you was getting whooped, you got whooped even harder.
Right, because she was like, "Oh, you're not gonna cry?"
It's like, stop crying. It's like, what you want me to do?
Right. It was like, you're not gonna cry? Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. So,
does everybody else in the family skate too?
In my family,
Yes.
just my mom. She skates. My wife skates. Everybody now is family. That's the way I look at it.
Okay.
We've adopted a huge skate family community. I'm part of two groups. I'm part of the Do It Boys in Jersey, and I'm also part of Boot Camp Corey, who teaches lessons up here. I'm pretty sure you know Corey Young. He does the lessons up here, and I'm part of that group. So that's my extended family as far as skating. But as far as like in-depth family, yeah, it was my mom who started skating before me, and like I said, I got addicted when she started going, and that's how I became tight with the entire skate community. Also, ripping my wife beaters off and throw them in the crowd doesn't help. So, that helped out a bit. But I've appreciated everyone that I've met in the skate world. I haven't had any real like issues with anybody in the skate world, which is a plus because sometimes the skate community can go their separate ways.
Yeah, they get splintered. Yeah.
Have their feelings about something or about somebody. I'm like, listen, we all have the same hobby. We go in there, we roll around to music that's being played, and then we go home. That's it.
Right.
If you build a bond with somebody, that's a bonus.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't, you did what you
paid
came
your
to
money
do.
and go home. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I stay away from the drama. Like when I see people arguing on social media about this skate thing, I stay away from it. I'm like, yo, if it doesn't affect me or my immediate family, I have nothing to do with it. I can care less.
And that's how it should be, because a lot
it
of
should
people, they put their business on social media, whether they know it or not. Whether it's family, whether it's relationships, they just put it out there for everybody to see. So now, so how did you meet your wife? Was you ripping off your shirt and you threw it in the hair?
No, I met her outside of the skate world.
Okay.
I met her outside of the skate world. And then the skate world, she became entangled back into the skate world. She was in it before, but then she came back in it. Yeah.
Be careful, brother. Careful, brother.
That word is kind of dangerous to use right now.
Yeah.
We got back into the skate world. So
okay.
So yeah, we've been married for almost a year. August 3rd will be a year. We've been together for about 13 years, off and on.
Hey, congrats. Congrats.
So was she before, or you kind of converted her into a skater?
No, she was a skater, but she wasn't a diehard skater like she is now.
Gotcha.
Like she loves it. She does the classes. And I'm gonna go on record to say this. She's probably gonna laugh. She's technically better than me, but overall, I'm better than her.
Like stylistically, you're saying you're better than her, but technically, she's better than you.
Right. She has the technical aspect of the skating down that I don't.
Okay.
I'm me. I'm different. if I like see how you sitting next to him right now, I think I can make it through that hole without touching without touching either one of y'all. That's me. She's more the, well, you got to pivot first and go through, and then me, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just 1 foot slide this one through and
go for it.
Go for it, you know. So, but when we come together and we skate together, we, you know, that's our bond. You know, that's our breakthrough. So
nice.
But like I said, she's technically better than me, but she knows I rule.
Where's she at right now?
No, because he can talk that because she ain't there.
She ain't around now, so I'm good.
She ain't around? Okay.
She's working. She probably gonna watch this interview and be like, "Oh, really?
Oh, really? Is that what you said? I'm on record for you, sis. I'm on record."
Oh man, that's not good. So, but
a little bit about the boot camp for those who don't know.
All right, for those who don't know, my brother Corey Young, he started a boot camp class about 3-4 years ago. And what he does is he teaches the intricacies of skating. He teaches the pivot, the roll hop, you know, stuff that you need basically to, like, you know, do your turns and how to connect with partner skating, with trains, and keeping your space in your area for skating. And, you know, he's real technical. Like, I've been skating for over 34 years. And the stuff that he says and teaches, I've grown to appreciate what he does, because if I would have known what I've known 34 years ago from what he showed, I probably would. Like I said, I'm good, but I would have been at a different level. I'm happy with where I'm at because I enjoy it. But Corey takes it and he writes down stuff to teach in class. He's really into it. So when he teaches, it's worth it. It really makes you have a great passion for it, like he does. Like, he comes in, he focuses, he gives you his undivided attention for the hour or two that he's teaching, and he's turned it into a brand. Like, if you see around the skate world, you see everybody with their boot camp Corey shirts on, and you know, BCC like apparel, and he really made it into a skate-wide thing. And that's why I'm so happy for him and what he does. And he gives back. He doesn't, if you pay him, he's okay with it. If you don't, come to the class, come learn anyway. You know, he doesn't, you know, do it for that stature. He does it because that's what he loves to do.
Yeah, the love of the art.
Right. Yeah. And he's learned from the best. Like, he's learned from Bill Butler. He's learned from Mikey, rest in peace. He's learned from Sandy, Eric Olsen. You know, a lot of older guys have drilled information into Corey, and he's taken that to a whole nother level.
That's amazing.
And, you know, and we really appreciate him for that. Like, we really do.
So do the boot camps run regularly? I mean, right now, obviously, there are none. Or is he doing it virtually?
He does them virtually. He does them virtually. He does them in the parks now in the area. So he'll usually post it up. Him or his girlfriend will usually post up the dates and times of when they're going to be at the park to do the lessons. And, you know, he's done it out of town at different skate parties because people have asked him to bring his brand down there to wherever they're going. So, and it's a good thing. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I don't know how a call is trying to come through.
They a very important person, you know.
No, my phone is on Do Not Disturb.
They still want to disturb you.
So with all of the years of experience in skating and all the different skate parties you went to, tell us or tell our listeners the best experience you had with performing your Michael Jacksons, because I seen several of you on YouTube. It was busting it out, but what was the one that's most memorable for you?
I think the one that's most memorable for me is, there's two actually. There's one I did in Atlanta for Joy Skate-a-thon.
Was this the one you were with the white shorts on, or was it?
Yes.
Okay.
It was that weekend. but it was the night we performed at the skating rink with Survey. I believe his name was Survey. And he choreographed a whole bunch of us to do a routine for that skate-a-thon. At I think we were at Golden Glide. And it was the beginning of the session, and we stopped and we performed. And I brought in the intro with the white hat and the white shirt for Michael Jackson. I was the opening, and then we went into our routine. That was big for me. And then another one was the day he passed. I was in basketball practice. Now I usually take my phone with me into wherever I had practice at. So that particular day, I left my phone in the car, and I came back to my phone, and for whatever reason, I had like 100 text messages, 86 missed calls, and everybody's calling to check on me. I had no idea what had happened.
Right.
So I turned on the radio, and they're playing, Michael Jackson songs. I'm like, oh snap, at this point, I still had no idea. So I looked at my messages, and people were like, Dre, are you okay? Where are you? Do you need to talk? Where are you? I'm like, what's going on? They're like, yo, Mike. They're like, Mike died. I'm like, Mike who? And I'm thinking, one of my friends around the way or something.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, MJ is dead. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
So after they're done playing the song, they're like, we want to send condolences out to the Jackson family. Michael Jackson has passed on. I was like, oh.
You had that come to Jesus moment.
I was like, who? I lost it. I lost it for about a good hour. But that night, we was going skating, and I went in for about an hour doing Michael Jackson that night.
Wow!
Like every time he played a song, I stopped whatever I was doing, and I performed my ass off. I'm sorry for saying ass on the air, but I went in. I went all the way in. It was like his soul just came down over me. It's like, continue my legacy, and I went in. Like, I still get the urge nowadays. Like, we'll go to a party, and like I said, they'll play an MJ song, and the whole party will stop and be like,
where he at?
So look, y'all in the future, if y'all having a party and y'all see him walk in the building,
y'all see Dre coming
turn
in
on some MJ and just clear.
Oh, I run. But see, now it's different. I don't perform to it as hard as I do. Like, my favorite song right now, I have plenty, but my favorite skate song to Michael Jackson right now is Baby Be Mine. Because it's that upbeat. And, when they play that song on the skates, girl, listen, man. And
girl, listen.
it's like
he
the
set
whole
up with that one.
It just takes over me. I'll be like, yo, listen, my boy DJ Now, when he DJs on Sunday, he'll mess with me. Like, I'll be, chilling, minding my business, and he'll just play. He'll be like, I
mix it in,
and I'll be like, and I'll look up like, really, this is what we're gonna do? And I'll go ham. I'll go ham for that song, and then he'll keep it going. He'll be like, Dre, we're gonna keep it going. I'm like, really, dude? But yeah, so I don't even think people know my name sometimes. Like, when I walk into skate parties, they be like, hey, MJ. I'm like, you know my name is Andre, right?
Yeah.
I have a name. They're like, no, you're MJ. I'm like, all right. So
you should record a tribute on one of his birthdays and do a skate tribute and record it.
You know what? I want to do? I want to go to the thing that Spike Lee does in Brooklyn every year.
Yeah.
He does a Michael Jackson tribute every year.
Yeah.
And every year I want to try and get out there, but it's just my schedule because let me tell y'all now, I work 4 jobs.
Okay.
I work for AT&T. I'm a basketball coach and ref. I'm doing stand-up comedy. So I'm all over the place.
Right.
So I try and get my schedule fit to where I can do some things. It's just hard. But this pandemic has helped me out a lot because it slowed me down.
Right.
It's giving me my time back that I was missing from like my family and my friends and things.
Yeah.
So I kind of good, was good with that.
Yeah.
I needed a break because I was going 365. I was going 360.
Okay. Yeah.
Between skating,
you needed to slow down.
I did. I really did. So in a way, this pandemic kind of helped me.
Yeah, I think the pandemic has actually, you kind of have to find a good spot in all this because it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, it has.
It's really not.
And right now, it's like now is the time to reflect on yourself, reflect on what you want to do. Is really allowing you to explore yourself more. I can even say myself personally, it slowed me down because I was all to go, but now I'm able to slow down. I can think a little bit clearer, get a little bit more done and think about new ways to take over the world. So
yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing with my spare time. Like for me now, my spare time, I put it into something I've started to brand. If you guys follow me on Facebook, I do a thing every day called Dre's One Gotta Go. And what I do is I put up 4 different people or topics and we talk about it for the day.
Yeah.
Like I do it every day. I've turned it into my own brand. I've started to make my t-shirts, my hoodies, and that's been my outlet outside of the pandemic.
Okay.
And so, like for example, I'll give y'all an example of One Gotta Go, and y'all pick. So I'll put 4 singers up. I'll put 4 singers up. So I'm gonna go with the aunties today. Auntie Patty, Auntie Shaka, Auntie Aretha, Auntie Anita. One gotta go.
They can't go. But I have to
see.
I would have to go with Shaka.
What?
I know.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
I'm gonna have to go. I mean, you said one gotta go, so.
Yeah, but that's the joy of it. It sparks conversations between people on my post who don't know each other.
Right.
So somebody will put Anita, and one person will be like, "What?
How you gonna do that?"
and then somebody will pick Aretha, and they be like, "Y'all are bugging out today."
Yeah.
So it sparks conversations, and I do 2 a day. I do 1 in the morning, and I do 1 in the afternoon. My topics are Monday. I do TV Monday. I do music Monday, TV Wednesday, Wild Out Wednesday, and Throwback Thursday.
Okay.
And on Fridays, I post up people who may have purchased my shirts as an appreciation post on Friday.
Oh, okay.
So Friday is my appreciation post to everybody who supported me for the last year and a half that I've been doing it. And Saturday and Sunday, I don't do it. I come back on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook, Andre Thomas. Send me a friend request. I'll add you, and then you could just chime in on. I usually post it at 9:30 in the morning, like when everybody's day is starting. Then I'll post the afternoon one at like 1:30 after everybody's so-called lunch and whatever. After you get back, and then that's my day. I don't get on Facebook for social media no more. I use it as an outlet to build something up, to build a brand, and that's what you should be doing. I figure like this.
Exactly.
I've had a talk with my good friend now. During this pandemic, if you don't come out with a goal or a plan or a project, you've wasted your whole entire time during this pandemic. That's the way I look at it. I mean, they've taken away stuff that you can't normally do. This is a time to improvise and use your skills to manifest something for yourself.
Right.
This is the way I look at it. So I hope that everybody has creative juices during this downtime.
Yeah, and that's important too. Especially some of the skaters. If there's something that you've always wanted to learn how to do, now is your chance to perfect it. So when you come back in the rink, you'll have that skill set down. I know for myself, I've been trying to work out my knee. I've been having knee issues. So for me, this time I'm starting to get out there and just kind of work my knee out so I can try to get back to them younger days, even though probably ain't gonna happen.
Oh, they gone.
But no, you know what? I don't even try and hang with the new generation of skaters.
No.
I applaud them. I applaud them because they've taken what we've done to the next level, and I applaud them. I appreciate the respect that they give the veterans and the legends, and the advice that they take from us. You of course you always have a knucklehead or two who always thinks, you old heads don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Dude, and like I said before, dude, I got skates older than you. Hush your mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
I got skates older than you.
Right.
So, you know, I appreciate it all. And like I said, I hope the next generation of us takes it as, you know, passionate and loving as we did when we were their age. Because let me tell you something, skating for me, it was like one of the best things I ever, you know, enjoyed besides playing basketball. So those were my two outlets.
Go ahead.
Two outlets.
Yeah, but I think in order for us to get back to the way it used to be, the rinks have to go back to the way it used to be. Because like you said, you could go to the rink and stay all day and you were good. It's not like that anymore.
No, it's not.
So it's a whole different dynamic with rink owners and just the climate that it is today. So it's a little bit difficult for us to get back to that.
Yeah, it's almost like a symbiotic relationship. It's not just the rink and the rink owners, it's the skaters too.
Right.
As you mentioned, every generation it changes and they take it to another level, which is a good thing, you know, because that's how we keep the culture moving forward. So as the old head, I'm starting to consider myself an old head because I've been skating for about 34 years too myself. You know, it's, you know, once I heard one skater say here one time, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he said, you know, us as the old schoolers, we've had our time. It's not that it's gone, but we've had time. And now the younger generation is coming in. So we need to make sure that we're pushing them forward so they can do the next level. Because at one point in time, our generation was the one that was taking it to the next level.
Exactly. And that's the way that's the way I've always looked at it over the years. Even when I first started to travel to like different skate parties, and my first skate party, when they did roll call, I hated it. I hated it because I didn't know it.
Right.
You know, I was sitting on the sideline for 2 hours watching JBs doing this JBs and watching the Detroit sliders slide and watching the snapper snap. I was like, I was from New York, so I was like, what the heck is this? But then you know, as I evolved and I matured into the skating world, I understood we're not the only type of skate style. And I grew to understand people's different type of skating style. And I appreciated it because the same way they look at me weird, I looked at them weird, but then they had the understanding of how we are. And that's what and that's what brought the skate community, I think, a little bit closer because of the understanding of it.
And that actually comes with growth, because I remember first time skating out of state, because I was in my own area, the Midwest, and I never went anywhere else. I went to Chicago, you know, so forth, but never further than that. So to me, there was nothing else, you know, until I went to a skate party and I saw, like you said, roll call. And I'm sitting there, what is that? What is that? What is that? And it opened up my mind to a whole new world, you know? And like you said, but you have to learn to respect the culture as a whole, and that's respecting everybody's style. Because like you said, you're looking at them funny, they looking at you funny. Like, who is
funny, I was like,
you know,
I was like, dude, why are you grabbing his arm and snapping backwards in his arm?
I'm
like, what is this? But then I understood it. I was like, yo, that's their style. And you know what's funny? You know, one style that I love it. I like it. Trust me, I like it. When I go to a skate party and they play the slow set and I see this couple skating forward but fast, and I'm like, it's a slow record. Once again, that's their style. Like, it's like, why are we going forward and skating to Tevin Campbell? Slow down.
We have some of those here too. Slow song, they flying 100 miles an hour like that.
I'm like, but then when a slow song comes on, I mean, when a fast song come on, they want to go slow. They want to, you know. And I'm like, y'all in the way.
So this is in reverse. Have you ever skated nationally?
Nationally?
Internationally?
No, I haven't. That's a goal of mine.
Okay.
You know, once the world
opens back up.
I do want to go across seas for a skating event. That is something definitely on my bucket list. I want to see like I've been up and down the East Coast. The furthest I've been out west is like really Ohio. I think that's the furthest I've been. I haven't been to Cali yet.
You have, I was gonna say you got a lot of ground to cover.
I do. I got a lot. You know what it is? Because during my tenure, I was just, I was going up and down. I'd be in Virginia, I'd be in Baltimore, I'd be in Atlanta, I went to Florida, North Carolina, up and down the East Coast, tore it up. I still haven't ventured out to that area yet, which I want to. I really do. I have a lot of friends out in that area, so I definitely want to do it.
It's a good thing too, because like the coasts are so different. The East Coast, West,
it is.
Midwest, down south, it is so different, and it opens up your eyes to a lot of things. Because my first time going to skating in New York, I was just, they are flying. To me, they are flying around here. I go over to the West Coast, and I'm like, they
are slow.
Really down with the funk. I mean, they like, slide.
They get down. They get down.
And I'm like, this is pretty dope. It's pretty dope. So yeah, definitely. So what's next for you?
Oh man, actually, like I said earlier, I'm going to the Summer Sizzler tomorrow. Thrown by Studio 9, which is I'm down with the crew, and Melvin, City Boy, Entertainment. They're throwing us a one-day party tomorrow. I think it's DJ D, DJ Now, and Flash playing tomorrow. Shout out to those DJs holding it down. And yeah, we just going out there for the day. We're gonna leave early in the morning, drive down, hang out, see some sights in Baltimore, and then skate and then come back. That's only my next trip right now. Then I'm like I said, I'm slowly getting back into the regular world of comedy. I post links on my page of where I'll be at. So if y'all want to follow me on Instagram, I'm Comedy Coach 33. I'll post all my stuff there. On Facebook, Andre Thomas, you'll find me there. I'm pushing my One Gotta Goes. If y'all see me, chime in, have fun during your day. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm trying to get back to what they call a normal life.
Well, the new normal for us.
Well, the new normal. So I'm just, I'm trying to take it real slow and easy. One day at a time. There's no rush. Time is not going nowhere, because if you rush it, you might miss out on something. So just take your time and enjoy it.
Okay, those are gems, and you heard it from the man himself.
That is true. So real quick before we go, have you had a chance to actually skate since COVID, like in a rink?
In a rink? No. I haven't skated in the rink. I've skated outside a few times. And that's why I think I'm pretty excited for tomorrow to actually get on the wood and, let loose. Let loose as much as I can. I'm praying that I haven't skated in so long. I don't want to go around one time and be like, whew.
Yeah.
I'm them DJs and tell them they got to play MJ.
No, listen, you don't even got to tell them. They already know and I love all my DJs across the world. Shout out to every DJ. There's too many of y'all to name. Just know I love y'all all. But any DJ that knows me and sees me walk in the building, they're already in their MJ catalog.
Okay.
They don't wait. They're like, yo, he's here, y'all. Cue it up.
We're gonna get one of them in.
You're right. We're gonna get one out of him. So yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow actually.
All right.
I'm super excited.
Before we get out of here, how can the skaters connect with you?
You can find me on Facebook. My name is Andre Thomas on Facebook. On Instagram, you can find me at comedycoach_33. I'm there. Come check me out. Send me a DM if you want. You want to chime in on the One Gotta Go. I post up my shirts on a weekly basis. I got all colors, sizes, t-shirts, v-necks, hoodies, masks. In the fall, I'm doing something with my shirt guy now. Shout out to DJ Jammin, who's been helping me with that.
All right now.
And my uncle Airborne Quest, he's got me started with the shirts. So you can find me there. All my shirts are there. I just want to thank you guys for, once again, giving me the opportunity to speak on a national scene for the skaters who I admire every skater out there, different styles. We love y'all. I love y'all. Don't change who you are. Continue to be who you are and rep where you rep.
Thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Yeah, maybe next time you have your better half.
I know, the technical person. With us.
Yeah, we'll set that up. We'll definitely set that up.
Okay.
We'll have the technical person here with me, so we can do it. She's at work, so I had to take advantage.
All right now.
Take advantage.
I want to know her thoughts on your Michael Jackson and rip the shirt off.
Oh, let me tell you. And I'll tell you this. She hated it. She couldn't.
I'm sure that came from multiple standpoints.
She was like. She would just be like, she would go hide in a corner sometimes. Like when I performed MJ. Like sometimes she would be hyped for me, but then sometimes she's like, oh God, here comes the t-shirt. Oh. And
that's the good one I just bought.
Right. And that's why we had to cut it out and save some money on my wife beaters. The 6 for $10 pack was like $20. That was like our drinking money. Like we were either gonna have a drink or we were gonna whip wife beaters.
You say that went away real quick, right?
Real quick. No more.
Man. All right, my man. Well, we greatly appreciate you taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you once again. I appreciate it. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for keeping the skate community together. We love you. I downloaded the app, so I'm going to go in and watch all the interviews that I missed. Yeah. And I'm definitely going to watch mine.
And watch yours. And it will re-air again this afternoon at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
So that's what, 5 o'clock my time. All right, I'll let people know.
No, you're ahead of us.
You're ahead of us.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
7 your time.
7 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
7 my time. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So.
All right.
All right.
I just want to make sure.
All right.
But once again, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Much blessings and love to y'all. I'm getting ready for my day at work, so let me get busy on my work side.
All right. Cool. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Sign off real quick. So to all the skaters out there listening, make sure you guys follow him. Keep up with his comedy because we hope to see him on the stage soon. Support him, buy his t-shirts, all the other good stuff. So we will see you guys next week on Monday, same time.
And we will have Paul Johnson on Monday.
That is it.
Nice.
And until and you know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and play some Michael Jackson.
All right now.
Oh Lord, you know what? Let me sign up.
Baby, be mine. Get your skates. Get your skates.
I think no, we're not doing that. Oh man, I'm getting ready to sign into work, girl. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Look at
y'all. You have to hang up because I ain't trying to see you rip that shirt off, man. Cause that's gonna make you real uncomfortable.
No, see.
Now I'm gonna tell your wife.
Oh man, she'll look at the interview like
he's in the shirt, sis.
She'll be like, so we're gonna go live and rip shirts on the
for the whole world to see. The whole
world just saw it.
Did you shave? Did you shave though?
Yeah, I'm good.
You down there. You can't have that.
I'm good. I'm good. I just had to check real quick. Like, yeah, I'm good. Now, if it would have been an off week, I'd have been like, this wife beater is staying on.
All right,
fam.
Until next time.
All right, y'all. Peace, guys. Love y'all. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Do you have this?